So, hi, ma'am. Yes, a pleasant evening here
Hi.
from Philippines.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
yep. So,
Good to
I'm
see you
Charmin
too.
Joyce, Jasmine Bolo po. So, ma'am, how are you po? First, or as you can say, how are you po?
I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah,
Yes.
well. Yeah, hope you guys all well too. Back
Yes,
in Philippines, right? Yeah.
yes, yeah, to po.
Thank you.
Can you please introduce yourself, ma'am, so that I can know you well po?
Oh, okay, okay. Just good. Thank you. Okay, I am Giselle Villagestaben. I am 32 years old and I work in Hong Kong. I'm here, OFW in Hong Kong for um, 10 years and present. It's quite long.
Yeah, oh, yeah, do.
That's it. Yeah, thank
Alright,
you.
yes. Thank you po, ma'am. So, now I'm here po, ma'am, to conducting a online interview po of one of the overseas Filipino abroad. So, because this was a part of our it is school purposes po, which is our midterm exam. So, I have here a 5 or few question po, ma'am, that we're going to answer po. This is what all about globalization po. So, I know that you are familiar with this po, ma'am. So, are you ready po, ma'am? So that we can start na po.
Okay.
Right po.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm ready, and I hope I can help.
Yes, ma'am. I know that we are can help what you're being.
I think
Okay,
feel
now.
free to ask now. Yeah.
Yes po, ma'am. So, our first question po. So, here are the first questions. So, what are the similarities and differences of the Philippines to the country that you have been po?
Okay. The first is the similarity. We can just elaborate the similarities of these two countries
Yeah.
between Hong Kong and Philippines because I'm currently here in Hong Kong. Both two countries have the same perspective, culture, tradition, and festivity. So they like celebration.
Yeah.
They're very into it.
Yes po.
That's the similarity.
So, na po,
And
how about the
mhm.
differences of your current country and now in the present country that you have been po? Can you please tell us po something about that differences that you
Yeah,
have been?
that's
Yep.
great. That's good actually.
Ah.
The difference of these two countries is, it's very easy to tell. It's much more advanced. Should I rather say it's 10 years advanced in our country? Yeah, it's quite sad, but you can tell and easy to. It's very helpful. That we can see and we can tell. Oh, Philippines need to do better because Hong Kong is very advanced country in terms of transportation by land, by water, and by air. They have a good internet connection, which our country doesn't. It's very slow. So yeah,
Yes po,
I
ma'am.
hope
Go
government
ahead.
will work on that. And
Yes.
then they have the accurate weather forecast. So every time we say, oh, there's typhoon, people is very into it. Okay, we're gonna prepare because the typhoon is coming. In Philippines, doesn't. Now we need to listen the news and something, but it's very quite low. That's the very big difference of them, both of them. And then when we say their citizen, they're very good at abiding citizens. They're into when the government say, oh, this is we need to do. All the people in Hong Kong, they just they just follow the government's laws and regulation, and they are very disciplined, most accurate of their time management and um well planned and advanced planning, and then they have the very quickest emergency with any to respond, and most of that they don't have corruption. They manage their governance into a federalism type of government.
Right po.
So actually, they have their good infrastructural and business center development, which our country Philippines now. I think it's working. That's good to see because our country is fastest growing economy also, and we are happy for that. Me OFW, we can see for the how do you call this one? For the country that our country Philippines is also working to do better
Yes, ma'am.
compare to do better. Yeah, but I think yeah that's good.
Yes, no?
That's the differences.
Alright po, ma'am. So, such a nice and good answer po. Now, so let's proceed into the next question na po tayo, ma'am. So, which is, how does globalization impact the lives of overseas Filipino workers? It includes advantages or and disadvantages po.
Okay, globalization. Actually, globalization is quite good. You know, it brings business to our country, our nation, like import, territorial borders. You can see how to put this one. Yeah, and and more opportunity for to to and more business. You know, and then um we can see advantage. Advantage is more bring um good opportunity to the people, and then more job. You know, high offer, high salary to the local worker, which is resident.
Yeah.
And I can see if there's the disadvantages of this globalization type. You know, low salary, cheap labor. You know, mababang sahod. Yeah, which is cause of um call this one debts and liabilities. So
Alright.
example, job displacement. You know, pandemic. So many of the were affected. You know, they lost their jobs. Don't have they lost their job. So less workers. The company just keep on um remove some employee, and most mostly is an economical unbalance. That's the effect of disadvantages of this globalization.
Alright po, ma'am. So what is the impact of each overseas Filipino abroad? So, the disadvantages that you already discussed po, ma'am. No? So, for our third question po, so how can you describe the economy in the country that you have been migrated po? That was our third question po, ma'am.
Okay. Wow, that's a good question.
Yes, ma'am.
It's really good. You know, I can tell it's good for the younger, the students, the young ones living in our um country, Philippines. You know,
Yes po.
among countries around the globe, you know, Hong Kong. Hong Kong is the one of the richest country, and it belongs to China. So when we say is Hong Kong, China is the top richest country around the globe. You know, we can tell, oh, Filipino, I love US, I love America, I love Europe, and something like that. But I tell you, China is very, very rich country. They're good in um in terms of infrastructure, um, manufactural manufacturability, good living, high salary offer for the worker, for the resident. You know, business center, information technology. You know, it's really amazing. You know,
Yes po, ma'am.
that's the thing that I can tell.
Alright po, ma'am.
It's advanced. It's really good. Business is everywhere. People is very easy. You don't need to find job because job will find you.
Wow.
That's the country. That's really nice, right?
Yeah.
I hope our Philippines too. In the future, we will just say, "Oh, jobs will find us." You see, it's really good, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, no, that was your also you described that the Hong Kong Hong Kong, what is the top richest country around the globe. So because the other country is more developed naman, di ba? For their because the country
Yeah,
is
we can say.
yes, because of this infrastructure, because industrial large
The
population. So
Bill program
uh
of the government,
yes po,
the
ma'am.
government of this uh this this government is, we
Yes,
can say,
ma'am.
is our country is developing.
Wow.
We are developing country
Yes
rather.
po, ma'am. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
So yeah, yes. Now, so let's move on with that, ma'am. So now let's proceed to our fourth question. Yes. So, which is in Hong Kong, is a part of global South or a global North?
Oh, I think it's global south because of this a very big population. Yeah, and their country is controlling about their population is getting scattered. So, but actually, uh it's good.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
can
So
say
yes, no, it is a part of global South po, ma'am. Because yes, no, yes, correct, ma'am. The large of population, wealthy country, and industrial. So for the last question po, ma'am. When it comes up politics in that country, what can you say about the politics and what will be the similarities and differences of the politics between in that place and here in the Philippines po? Can you please ma'am, say
wow,
about what are the
that's
differences and
wow, that's very
similarities?
interesting question.
Yes,
Yeah,
po, ma'am.
grabe. So I have so much to tell. But when we say similarities
Okay,
in
ma'am.
terms of politics, I couldn't tell because sa Bisaya pa, wala siya kapareho. Dili sila pareho, no? It's rather than
Yeah.
say. So when it comes to politics in this country, in Hong Kong, because when it comes to politics, wait, how can I say this? The difference between Hong Kong and Philippines in terms of the politics is, in Philippines, it's too serious. In Philippines, we see the politician sees politics is a kind of business,
Yes,
and the people
yes, ma'am.
in the
That's true.
Philippines waste their votes to change the little amount of money to buy their future and their dignity. Yeah, some of that is very traditional. It's very unusual, you know. And and I wish, and I hope in this generation, people in the Philippines open their minds to change their old habits from the past. Because we have our social media and internet and information about global, so I think we can change. Because why I see this, because politics in Hong Kong is very, 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 we can see clean. They have their one government. They have one centered control of command. Called We call that here in Hong Kong is Hong Kong executive. You know, yeah. All
So
the tycoons, only the tycoons and big fellows can cast their votes. And there's no democracy, non-democracy country. But why they are very nice, right? They're communist type of politics. You can see that, and then there is no corruption. So we can say that their employer, the employee, because they have their, how to call this one, their workers, their government workers, they offer a very high salary to to wipe out the corruption. That's their offer, which is our country Philippines doesn't. They have our nurses, our police, our some teachers. They have the very low salary. That's why the corruption is in our country scattered. They scattered. It's really bad. It's not good.
yes,
But you see, And then the politician need to spend money to how to put this one, to make campaign. But here in Hong Kong, doesn't. They don't do campaign. People just go to the station, to the, you know, to the, how do you call this one? Precinct. We can say precinct. Just to cast their votes. They don't do buying flyers and everything. And then they just have the Hong Kong executive personnel to manage Hong Kong. That's it. It's very, 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 very clean politics.
Yes, ma'am.
I think I answer.
Yes, ma'am.
everything.
You answer it.
Yeah, thank you.
You answered it already po, ma'am. So it comes to similarities and differences po, ma'am. I must say that there is no similarities here in the Philippines. Okay.
Really far.
Yes. And there's a big differences po talaga, ma'am. Oh my gosh. This is regarding these two country po about the politics. There's two different po, ma'am, differences of two country. So that you are there's no similarities po talaga. So, no, yes, ma'am, no. So,
So now you know.
yeah po.
Yeah,
Now you know po.
Different
So,
now.
yes, ma'am. So for in this our interview, ma'am. So I'm just gonna thank you for your time today, ma'am, to be with me and
You're welcome.
yes, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts and answering my questions about the globalizations. So have a yes, ma'am. So have a nice day and God bless you po and keep safe always po, ma'am, here in the Hong Kong.
Okay,
So,
you too.
thank you very much po, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
po.
you, thank you, thank you. Everyone